Hi everybody, this is Dr. Bam, and I am your instructor for Child Growth and Development, TECA 1354. The course that you're viewing here is the Burleson section. However, the online section has the same content in it and is set up in the same way. The only difference is in our face-to-face section we will be doing some of the work together, whereas in the online section you'll be doing all the work individually on your own. This course uses an open educational resource textbook. That means that it is free to access by you. The information is right here at the top of your materials page. So when you hit materials, and it's there as a PDF, or you can actually link out to it. It's up to you. If you are a paper copy person, you may want to download it. It is quite long. You may want to only download a section at a time. That is up to you. The first thing I always like to cover in all my classes is setting up your notifications. And so here you can click what notifications you want to do. I always recommend clicking course update posted, course comments on updates and assignments, and comments on my posts. Some of these you won't see, like user joins your course, that's instructor only, and you may have some additional ones like course materials are overdue and things like that, that I don't have, being that you're a student. So here, whatever you check will email you the notifications if any of those things come in to your Hill College email, as that's what's linked to Schoology. Okay. The next aspect is the background check. While this course does not have any field hours required, we always like to tell people if you're interested in working with children down the line, you will be required to be able to pass both a state and local background check as well as an FBI background check. So if you have any questions and your future career is in working with children, then please do let me know and we can take a look and we can advise you what direction you may need to take in the future. This course will have proctored assignments. This is typically a video or a video presentation for my classes. That means that during the course you're going to have to show your identification in the video. It can be a driver's license, it can be a work ID, it just has to have your name and your picture on it. It can be your student ID for Hill College, and then so that I can justify that that is you doing the presentation of the concepts, and then you will present the information that way, and that's how I proctor assignments. On an occasion, I will do a respondents or test center, respondents browser or test center exam, but I do not foresee that being the case in the way this course is set up. So you may very well need to do some videos. There is my instructor information. Like I said, my name is Dr. Joanne Bam. If you call that number, I'm not often at my desk. On Wednesdays are the days that you're most likely to catch me at my desk. When I'm in Hillsboro, but that number does, when you leave me a message, it will shoot me an email and I'll be able to call you back as soon as I am able, or I can send you back an email. Some people like to talk out their problem and then I can return an email or a Schoology message to them with the answer. My email is listed there as well. I will send out information on how to Marco Polo later this semester, probably in the first or second week, and that's a way you can chat back and forth with me with video messaging. Zoom is available by appointment, usually during my office hour times, and I do have virtual office hour times. And then I will be posting my in-office hours, which will be probably in Burleson and Hillsboro, next week once I have my schedule worked out. So watch for those to appear there as well. The orientation start here is just textbook and material information again, and then once again some expectations I have for you for the course. You can find your syllabus and your syllabus information right here. Please do open the PDF, read through the syllabus, let me know if you have any questions. Okay, you'll find that syllabus information there. And then the due dates for the semester. The first assignment is due on January 25th, and that is just a syllabus quiz. So don't be intimidated by it. You can actually even take it multiple times. And then it breaks down how we're going to cover the content. Some of these will be, as you can see at the due date, some of them will be 2-week units and some of them will be actually 3-week units. Okay. Okay. There is a student's resource folder up here that has some writing support information as well as some Schoology support information if you have questions about Schoology or writing. Here's your first assignment. Like I said, don't be too intimidated by it, as it's just a series of true-false questions on if you understand certain things, and then there's a quick COVID video that you need to watch at the end. That is a very important assignment to complete, though, because that is what, especially for my online students, counts you as attending class. Okay, this unit will open the first day of class, and it's the Introduction to Child Development is your Unit 1 competency, is Introduction. I always give you a brief overview of what we're going to be talking about in this unit. This is where you will have found this foundational video, unless you accessed it through the announcement. I have actually broken out for Chapter 1, just Chapter 1 of that PDF, if you want to just access Chapter 1 and not the whole PDF. And then you'll see these assignments. So this course is a little bit different than some courses that you may have taken online in the past. This is a competency-based course. And so what does that mean is that you will have a series of concepts that come together to meet the overall competency, which is for this unit that you have some basics understanding of child development, so that intro to child development competency. Okay. Each of these are spiraled, and we'll talk about spiral curriculum in that they build upon each other. So earlier competencies build up to later competencies, so you may need concepts later on. And each of them goes in order that our textbook follows. I find that very important that they are mirrored. And so you can work alongside with your chapter and you'll be able to answer these. So they are in order as they appear in the chapter. So think about this as, instead of having one big long test at the end of the unit, every single question on the test is a single assignment. So you will want to take your time, because if you wait until the night before, you have to complete all 20-something competencies in a single night. That's going to be a lot of work. So you'll want to complete these competencies as you complete the textbook information. And so let's go into one. These numbers that are after are more for me than for you. They link to the student learning outcomes, or if it says PK, that means they're pre-knowledge. And it just helps me know how to, for some data that I have to collect. The first thing that you do for this class is you're going to choose your perspective for the class. And this is going to be the perspective that you're going to take throughout the class as an adult looking at child growth and development. And so you have 6 perspectives. I'm not going to ask you to judge each of these perspectives or define them in any way. They can mean what you want them to mean. But when you're looking at children, how are you going to look at their growth and development? Are you going to look at it from the perspective of a parent or a guardian, from an adult family member, a sibling, grandparent, uncle, aunt, an early childhood educator, someone who's going to work with children from childcare through 3rd grade, a middle school teacher or middle childhood teacher, educator, an adolescent teacher, high school educator, a child advocate, which would be like legal, like a lawyer, who works with advocacy for, custody or for independence and all of that, a foster situation, CPS, which is Child Protective Services, or are you going to take it as the perspective of a community member? So just someone living in the community that cares about the children in their community. And so you can actually choose to whichever of the 6 perspectives, but there's going to be questions in every unit that says, based upon your perspective chosen in Unit 1, Concept 1, how would you approach this or explain this or understand why this is important? So once you choose this, it is for the class, unless you want to debate with me why you are changing your choice. And so if you want to change your choice later on, you need to contact me and we can have a conversation about why that choice needs to change. The rest of your, that's just a straight 5 points is just your choice. The rest of the assignments are based on mastery. And so they're either a 5-point mastery or 10-point mastery. 5-point masteries fall low, and we're going to talk about blooms later in the semester, but fall low in the blooms. They're going to be things like define, or here it says use the section on principles of development and briefly discuss how is development multi-directional? What does that mean? And then I will grade you from 1 to 5. You have 3 chances on every concept. So if you get a grade of a 3, you accomplished a basic understanding and you want to expand on what you had to say, read my feedback, and improve upon that your ability to understand that concept, then you can move up to a 4 or 5 mastery. And so I will always, if you get a 5 mastery, or a 10 for the other one, I don't give feedback. If you don't get a 5 or a 10, then I will give you feedback on how perhaps you can improve your understanding and your demonstration of your understanding of the concept. Let me show you a 5. Sorry. That is a 5-point. Let me show you a 10-point mastery. I need to go fix that one. Here's a 10-point mastery. So you can see 10-point uses a higher level of thinking, what we call is higher within our Bloom's taxonomy, or what we're asking you to do within the question. So in here I'm asking you to summarize. So you need to be giving probably like a paragraph and really explain to me the nature versus nurture debate and your own stance on the debate. So what is nature? What is nurture? Where do you fall within nature and nurture in that whole debate? And once again, it goes from a 10-point mastery down to a, technically you can have a 0, but that's just not attempted. A 1, which means you need to review this whole concept, you're not on base. If you need to meet with me to talk about things, or we can discuss it via Zoom in the office hours and things like that. So each of these 26 concepts by the end should lead you to have a very solid base on some of the basics that we do with development, in children's development and human development, and child development is the basis for all human development. It's the beginning part. And so I really ask that you take your time, and this is going to be a process of back and forth, and you complete the concepts as you go. So don't delay. Take some time each week. This is a 2-week unit, so this should be 6 hours of working through your book and all of that. There are no unit tests. These are your test questions. These are you demonstrating your knowledge. So maybe you have some basic starter knowledge and then you need to go back and refresh it, and so on. And so don't delay, like I said, don't delay working on these, because there are 26 of them. And I will be grading on a pretty quick basis so that you have feedback if you need to go back and work on your mastery of that concept. Let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing you all in class.